Hey, yo, guess what? It's 2022, and not everything's bad.
No.
Because unlike every other automotive manufacturer this year, someone did something right.
Toyota.
Hell yeah.
After the Supra.
Yes. So if you guys have been living under a rock, you've probably seen that we got some news recently. Honestly, really quick.
I could not be more excited. This is huge. This is groundbreaking.
Yes.
One of the cars I'm most excited for going into this year. I think they took like Nissan's approach to the Corolla GR with the Z. Enthusiast driven. This car is all about the enthusiast, which is what needed to be done. And Toyota kind of like, they shook the dust off. They're like, hey, yo, we're getting a little weird. We're getting a little funky. We need to get back to our roots. We need to make a dope car. Everything's going electric. Let's make one more gas driven beast.
Yes.
And they did it. So we're taking a review at the Corolla GR today.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell. That's what we're talking about.
That was in the title.
Yeah. All right, so before we just dive right into everything, if you're looking for some new wheels, tires, or suspension, get yourself squared away for the hot months coming up, you need to check it out at fitmentindustries.com. We're bringing the dad back. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the video that they released on March 31st, kind of just introducing everything a little bit. Yeah, let's run it.
We'll talk about what's good, the bad. I don't think there is much bad. Why do the seats look better in this than they do in my Supra? That was one thing.
That's interesting, because like you were all about like, you know, BMW making the Supra get good interior. Yeah, but and then Toyota's like, yeah, we can make good interior too.
Yeah, honestly.
Hey, yo.
The handbrake, pause, wait, that's huge. Yes. Everything comes with electronic handbrake nowadays.
Yes, it's stupid.
But this, they're like, put it back.
Oh no, no electric.
Put it back.
No electric car, no electric brakes. All manual, including the transmission.
Yeah, the transmission's manual too. Another very important piece here.
Jesus.
They show it jumping.
That's what it looks like? That's crazy.
Obviously, it has some rally heritage. We just watched Formula Drift over the weekend. We seen Ryan Turk win with the Corolla GR. That was super sick. Dude, I love the hood vents. Now, I believe there's going to be 2 editions. Well, maybe more, but that's like the circuit edition, the one we're seeing and everything with the vents. It has like the forged carbon fiber roof, which is insane.
Yeah, a little more aggressive than your what I would imagine would be like just like the base model or whatever.
They're really promoting the out of drifting too with this thing. Like, it's all-wheel drive, but they are really pushing the drifting.
I feel like, you know, Ford kind of did something similar with the RS. They were like, yeah, we got the like drift mode. Yeah.
And then everyone crashed them.
All right, so there's a little intro video. So what I think is super cool, like if you guys watch like the focus group commercial for the new GR86, right? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we need one more car. And then like teased it. That was like last week.
Yeah.
And then like they're right away like, all right, yeah, here it is right away. They didn't make us wait. They weren't like teasing it up or anything. Like they're just like, yeah, no, here it is.
Yeah.
So starting with, you know, the overall specs here, like we said, it's a 1.6 liter, 3-cylinder turbo.
I'm interested to see how that sounds with the aftermarket exhaust.
I know. Because, you know, like, I feel like those like odd number cylinders, like everyone's like, oh yeah, you know, got the 5-pot engines. They sound like really unique, really cool. I wonder how like that 3-cylinder is gonna sound when you really open it up.
I can't wait. Put intake, you know,
I wonder why they went
pipes,
with like a
downpipe.
3-cylinder though.
Get the air moving in this thing. 3-cylinder was, well, they already have the GR Yaris, which has the 3-cylinder in it too. But yeah, it was interesting. It's definitely interesting, but I like it. It's a new take on it, and they're able to pull that much horsepower out of it. I'm really interested to see with bolt-ons and a tune and maybe some flex fuel where this thing's gonna stand, because it's gonna be a beast. And it's really interesting about this too. They don't have the weight here, but this car is pretty dang light. It's lighter than the Golf R. It's lighter than the WRX. Lighter than the Evo. Like all of its main competitors. Got them all shaking in their boots. Yeah, the thing, it's a beast. Obviously, the engine contributing a lot to that. With such a small engine, you're able to keep the weight down.
That's, you'll be all right. So yeah, we're looking at 300 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. That's
obviously
impressive.
300, I'm assuming that's from the crank, but still impressive numbers nonetheless, and that's bone stock.
I mean, that's, you look at, you know, like the new GR86 and everything, it's, damn, all right.
She's scooting. And what's exciting was I was a big fan of the Corollas already. Like, Max has one here, you put some wheels on it and stuff like that, and they're good looking cars. Yeah. So the fact that they just boast it up. They make it wider and thicker and then add some power. It's all it really needed. They didn't change a ton. Obviously, the fenders are a bit wider. You got some hood vents on that Circuit Edition, the carbon fiber roof, a big opening on the grill, and I think it has a little bit of a rear diffuser.
Yeah. So I remember we were watching Formula Drift this weekend. Like we were talking, Ryan Turk, like they had his car there. It was like the unveiling of like the GR Corolla. They actually had like the one there. They like brought it out and everything was super cool. They had someone from Gazoo Racing or Toyota announcing. They had up on the announcement, they were talking about it and how they said it was really cool. They delayed it a year. It was actually supposed to come out last year. They delayed it a year because they were just like, it's not wide enough and it's not wild enough. They're like, we want it to be wider. They want it to be crazier, more horsepower. You know, they want it to be something good. I think, you know, this whole GR Gazoo Racing thing for Toyota, it's like the saving grace of like enthusiast vehicles right now, because, you know, even though you look at the cars like the Supra and the 8.6 and stuff like that, they're utilizing different components, different drivetrain platforms. You look at, you know, like BMW power plant, the Subaru power plant. Here we got Toyota built power plant, 3-cylinder turbocharged, you know, car, 300 horsepower. That's pretty freaking nutty. Yeah,
it's exciting to see the direction of all the brands and they're going, and then Toyota veering off and kind of doing their own thing, which needed to be done from like an enthusiast perspective. Like you look at Subaru and they made that monstrosity of a WRX that, now I say that, but it is, a lot of people are giving it good feedback from a driving standpoint. Cosmetically, it looks horrendous. You put those square plastic wheel arches on anything and it just looks god awful. What's going to be interesting though is the price point, and I don't know exactly where it's going to sit.
A lot of speculation.
We can speculate. The Circuit Edition, I would say, is going to be over 40 MSRP, and then it's going to be hard as hell to get a hold of. If you look at it,
there's like a list of people already like chomping at the bit to get this things that, you know, it's going to go way over MSRP. It's
and I think it's going to be limited production.
They're limited production because I think, you know, kind of looking at here, they're doing like the whole like launch edition or launch series, kind of like they did with the Supra. You know, that it's going to have, that's going to have for sure the forged carbon roof, the vented, you know, hood, the bigger wheels, stuff like that. I wanted to talk about the actual drivetrain in this for just a second, because they're interesting, like
Toyota's
their GR4 all-wheel drive system, which is really, really unique. You're looking at
hear a lot about Toyota's all-wheel drive system.
No, you don't. Not since like back in like what, the 90s with like the Celica and stuff. You know, it's the first time we've kind of really seen it. So yeah, GR4 all-wheel drive system. We're looking at, you know, you got that 50-50 distribution, but goes up to a 30-70 front and rear. So for, you know, you're really looking at some, you know, rear wheel drive dominant.
Normal, you know, sport and track modes, baby. This hot hatch is more than ready to rally.
Straight from Toyota themselves, they say. So that's super cool to see, you know, to be able to adjust that differential in there to really kind of put some power down to different areas of the car with those different modes.
Suspension comes with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. Those are really nice tires that come from the factory. Same ones that came on the Supra as well.
Got a limited slip differential, obviously.
Yeah, nice. Big performance brakes. I didn't see if they were Brembos or not, but
I don't. They got the big GR.
Yeah, they got
kind of like
they put GR all over the car.
They did.
It's on the front grille. It's on the side. It's on the calipers. It's on the seats. It's on the interior. On the steering wheel, it's on the back. Like, they put GR. They are very proud to bring Gazoo Racing.
I would be too. Like, this thing's freaking hot, man.
Yeah, when you pay, you know, extra for that level of trim, it's not a bad thing to have those badges. You're kind of like, yeah, I like it. I spend the money. The 18-inch wheels look decent too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's what they really. I think people will stick with 18s. I think
it needs wider wheels though. Like that car is so wide, and I'm sure due to just like the stuff and specs that needs to come out from the factory. But they're sunk in pretty bad, especially the rear. Throwing an aftermarket set of wheels is mandatory to me. I like how they look. They don't look bad for OEM wheels, but they're just too narrow.
Yeah.
I mean, you could run a spacer. That's lame. Just get some wider wheels on this thing. It'll be dope. It'll be interesting. Now, I don't know for sure if it has the adaptive suspension, like if you put it in sport and then
it'll like stiffen up the damping and stuff, yeah.
I don't know if it has it. If it does, you're probably going to see a lot more lowering springs come out for this, rather than people hopping right over to coilovers.
Yeah, because that's going to take a bit for those, you know, guys to develop like the actual, either the cancelers for it, or, you know, to be able to bring that technology over.
So that'll be interesting. I'm assuming you'll have some type of electronic damping. This seems like they're kind of going all out with this car. The GR lineup coming out swinging though with the 86, the Corolla, and the Supra.
Dude, this
Toyota's doing it right, and I feel like it might be kind of a last hurrah as everything moves towards electric.
Yeah.
I think this is the
I hope not, but agree.
We're looking at this photo of it in the rain. The only thing it needs is some rain guards. Am I right?
No,
but what do you think?
They did it right.
Comment down below if you like the Toyota Corolla GR, if you're planning on picking one up or you'd hope to get one day, and what mods would you do to it right away? And then don't forget to subscribe. That helps us out. And check out Wheels, Tires, Suspension for your GR Corolla or anything else out there. We got it at fitmentindustries.com. Man, it's an exciting year for cars. We got the Z, the Corolla.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
The new 86.
The 86 is pretty dope. People are liking them. We'll talk to you guys later.